Inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, causes inflammation of the lining of the gastrointestinal tract. IBD can present as either Crohn's or colitis, and it disrupts the body's ability to absorb nutrition, digest food, and get rid of waste in a healthy way. A Crohn's or colitis diagnosis can lead to isolation and stigma for the patient. Joining us now to tell us more is Mitchell Green. Good morning, Mitchell.
Hi, Rochelle. Good to meet you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's good to meet you as well. At the age of 19 years old, that's when you noticed things were off. You weren't feeling great.
Yeah, when I was 19, going through my second year of university, right around the time of my exams, were a pretty stressful time, I started to notice that I was having kind of a twisting, crampy feeling in my stomach. I found that I was needing to go to the washroom a whole lot more often. And with those symptoms, and it kept progressing, and then it got to the point where I started to notice that when I went to the washroom, there would sometimes be quite a bit of blood afterwards, and it was at that point where I thought something is wrong. This is not normal.
Scary. And so then you had some family members who fortunately were in the medical field. They kind of pointed you in the right direction, right?
They did, yeah. They had a suspicion about what it was, and they got me in touch with some of the gastroenterologists in town here, and we had some tests that confirmed pretty quickly that it was Crohn's disease.
Okay, and so now how has life been for you? How has it really changed your life?
For me, Crohn's, initially the same kind of symptoms where I would go to the bathroom way more often. Like when, for many people with Crohn's disease, one of the first things you're doing when you're going into new places, you're scoping out where is the washroom to have in case of an emergency. You can have instances that you worry about it happening at any time.
That's stressful.
Absolutely, and over time, because of how Crohn's works, it's an autoimmune condition that targets your body's digestive system, and it slowly damages it. And over time, that damage can build up, and it can cause some pretty severe health complications. And that happened to me at one point as well.
Okay, so it's really changed your life in a big way.
Yes, it has.
They call it the invisible disease. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that. You may not necessarily know someone has Crohn's unless they tell you directly, other than maybe somebody needs to use the washroom more often, or there can be other symptoms that you might notice if you're looking out for it, but otherwise, no, it's invisible illness.
And it's isolating.
It can be isolating, yeah. It's hard to talk about those kinds of health issues for a lot of people. There's always been kind of a stigma around talking about those kinds of problems. Okay,
so we're going to try to break some of those stigmas today. The Gutsy Walk is coming up. Tell us what that is about.
The Gutsy Walk it's a fundraising event that all the family, friends, people with Crohn's disease, they get together. It's a very supportive community event that's all about helping to raise awareness and fight Crohn's disease.
And it's a fundraiser, obviously, and where will that money go?
Most of the money goes towards research. Last year they raised over $2.2 million towards new research, and that develops new understanding of the illness and what causes it and how we can treat it. It leads to better medications, a range of options that people can have to help make their lives better and hopefully reduce the impact that Crohn's has.
And this Gutsy Walk is happening Sunday at Assiniboine Park. Is everyone welcome?
Yes, everyone's welcome. Registration starts at 10:30 and the event starts at 12. It's right at the Grove in Assiniboine Park, and it's going to be a really fun time.